Treasury Star Parade. Produced under the personal direction of William A. Bacher with David Brookman and his orchestra and starring Miss Joan Blondell and Arch Obler's dynamic drama entitled Chicago, Germany.
This is a story that must never happen, that will never happen.
Chicago, Germany.
It's nice here, Anne. So quiet. The graves are all so quiet. Your grave, Anne. The grass and the weeds. I had a hard time finding you. I want so much to talk to you. It's been a long time since we talked. A long time since it all started. A year ago. That day.
Terrible day.
Yes. Yes, you said that, Anne. I didn't think so. To me, it was a day like any other day.
Achtung, attention. At 5:03 today, October the 8th, 1944, the Army of Occupation entered the city limits of Chicago. The war is definitely over. I repeat, the Army of Occupation has entered. This city now is part of the Greater German Reich. Stay in your homes, close to your radio for further orders. Heil Hitler. I repeat, der Krieg ist beendet für Sie alle.
A year ago, 1 year, Army of Occupation, marching down Michigan Avenue. Yes.
You're alive. That's all that matters.
Yes, Anne. That's when I first said it.
Marion.
What?
Let's get out of here. Let's go home.
What are you talking about? Don't you want to see the parade?
This one?
What's the difference?
Oh, Marion.
I mean it, Anne. What's the difference? To a lot of big shots, army guys, politicians, sure, but what have I got to lose? My job? Somebody will have to file away things and punch typewriters. You'll go to school, I'll go to work, we'll eat, we'll sleep, we'll go on just as we always have.
Marion, that's terrible talking like that.
No, it isn't. So we lost the ball game, so what? You're alive, that's all that matters. They've got nice uniforms, haven't they? You're alive. That's all that matters. I said it, Anne.
Achtung, attention.
And that night on the radio.
Communique number 1 von General von Brauchi, dated October the 9th, 1944. Until further notice, all occupants of the city of Chicago will remain within their home. No one is to appear in the public streets under stringent penalties. Heil Hitler. Achtung, attention. Communique number 1.
Everyone was frightened. I wasn't. So we'd stay home. Remember what Mother said, Anne?
Well, it's all very simple and understandable.
But I'm frightened.
The way your sister Marion explains it, they're just taking inventory. Marion says it's like a store that's changed hands. Marion says the new owner wants to know what the stock on hand is.
Marion says. Oh, Anne, I had so much to say, didn't I?
Achtung, attention.
And then the second day.
Communique number 2 from the headquarters of General von Brauchi. Promptly at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, every occupant of the city of Chicago must report to his local precinct station.
Name, address, origin? Your ancestors. Who were your ancestors? What were their nationalities? Your age, your occupation. What did you do during the war? What organizations do you belong to? No, not church. We have no interest in what does not exist.
They'd won, sure. They were only taking inventory. Nothing to worry about.
Achtung, attention.
The 4th day. Remember the 4th day, Anne.
Attention, typists, stenographers, file clerks living within the area bounded by the lake, Madison Avenue, 12th Street, and North Avenue.
Hey, Marion, that's you.
Report to the City Hall at once.
Mother Marion's got a job.
Gee, I've been thinking, I wonder how much they're going to pay us.
Who cares? We got a job.
Sure feels swell working again.
Fun at first. Fun at first.
Gee,
I'm getting awful tired. We started at 8 this morning, and it's nearly 8 now. Why don't they let us go home?
Please, mister.
Yes, what is it?
Isn't it time we change shifts or punch the clock or something?
Go back to your work.
But I thought...
Your function is not to think, just to work.
It's been 3 days. Why don't they let us go home?
It's been 5 days. Why don't they let us go home?
And then it was 7 days. And finally the doors were unlocked. And you were waiting for me, Anne.
Marion, Mother's been going crazy. They wouldn't let me in, just said you were working. Marion, did they give you food cards?
Huh? What's that?
Marion, you were working for them. Surely they... Marion, listen to me. This week you've been locked up. You've been eating. We haven't.
What are you talking about?
I tell you, we haven't had anything to eat. They're giving the food cards first to those people with German blood in them. If you were working for them, why didn't you get a food card?
German blood?
Yes, and we've got Scotch and Irish and Czech and Polish and everything else in us. Marion, don't just look at me like that.
I think you're crazy. Not give us anything to eat because we haven't gotten it. Oh, I think you're crazy. Just plain crazy.
But it's been over 2 weeks, Marion. What are they trying to do? Starve us to death? Mother's sick. I can't stand it anymore. Black bread and a piece of meat, and you stand in line all day to get
Anne,
that.
please, all we have to do is wait. Everything's going to be all right. Right. Remember how right, Anne.
Fall in line, all of you. Verdammte Katholiken, Juden, Amerikaner. We are going to cleanse the city of American vermin. Line them up! Fire!
As long as you're alive, that's all that matters.
Yes, I said it over and over again. Through all that began to happen.
Achtung, effective advance. All persons are required to learn the German language.
As long as you're alive.
Achtung! Second-rate citizens and non-Aryans are forbidden within the Loop shopping area.
In the public park.
To marry without official permission.
To attend the public schools.
In the county hospital.
Not
As
permitted.
long as you're alive, that's all that matters. As long as you're alive. As long as you're alive.
Hello, Marion.
Alfred, darling.
Hello, Marion. Marion, listen. I haven't been able to call you before, but just sit tight and everything will be all right. Of course I love you. It's just that I can't see you for a little while. I'll explain when I see you.
When he'd see me.
Achtung, attention. Marriages between German citizens and second-rate citizens are strictly forbidden.
When he'd see me.
Why doesn't Marion's boyfriend come over anymore?
Haven't you heard? We're second rate. Just second rate.
As long as we're alive.
Marion, you were right. Everything's going to work out all right. Anne just phoned me. She's got a job with one of their officials. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful?
So you worked, Anne. And you brought home food cards. Yes, Anne. You worked. Anne, wait.
Oh, hello, Marion.
Anne.
What's the matter with you? Anne, what the devil's the matter with you? I got a few hours off. Any reason I can't walk around to get a breath of air?
I was walking along and I watched you.
All right. So you watched me, so what? Can I talk to people?
Soldier after soldier, the way they looked at you and laughed.
I don't know what you're talking
about.
about.
And this is the job we were so excited about.
All right. And this is the job that's kept you and Ma from starving to death all these
Why'd
weeks.
you do it?
Why did I do it? Oh, you little sap, you. Won't anything ever wake you up? A war didn't do it. Losing the war didn't do it. Nothing's done it. Well, maybe this me will. Why shouldn't I do what I want to do? Yes, I want to do it. I want to have enough to eat. I want clothes. I want a little fun for the little time that's left. You think that if you go around with a halo over your head, pretty soon they'll start treating you fine and everything will be all right. Well, it won't. Oh, you should hear those Nazi devils the way I hear them when they're drunk. And their hands. Listen to me, Marion. They say it and they mean it. There's no room on earth for us anymore. This is Chicago, Germany. Chicago, Germany. Everything's Germany. There's no escape this time. You don't understand, do you? Well, I didn't expect you to. Maybe someday. Beat it. Gestapo guy coming. I know him, but you better beat it.
never saw each other again, Anne. Just as I never saw Alfred again. That day they gave me a job filing vital reports at the Central Concentration Camp. They told me I'd be safe if I just did my job.
Warner, L.B., death file.
Warner, L.B., death file.
Orton, K.S., labor camp.
Orton, K.S., labor camp.
Landry, R.J., death file.
Landry, R.J., death file.
Kaplan, Isaac J., death file. Orman, T.O., forced labor.
I was back at work.
Carey,
Cards in my
F.M.,
hand.
death file.
File the cards away.
Death file.
Just cards.
Dave,
File them all away, and I was safe. Quite safe. File cards in my hands.
death file.
And then, Anne, all of a sudden, they weren't cards anymore. They were people. People who wanted to live the way I wanted to. And were going to die because we lost. And then I was crying. And for the first time in all those weeks, crying.
As long as you're alive. As long as you're alive.
I was alive. Why was I crying? That was what I'd wanted. I'd shut my eyes and my heart to everything to stay alive.
Forbidden.
Verboten.
Forbidden.
Verboten.
Forbidden.
Verboten.
And then, Anne, all at once I knew why I was crying. What is there in life for somebody just plain ordinary like me? To marry someone you love.
Verboten.
To have children.
Verboten.
To have a home.
Verboten.
To walk in the park with your kids.
Verboten.
To go shopping on payday.
Verboten.
And if you haven't got the money, window shop.
Verboten.
And see the children growing up and going to school.
Verboten.
And getting smarter than you, and they grow older, and you grow older with the man you love, and just living like human beings. But now I'm not a human being anymore. They said so. Verboten. Everything verboten for me. For people like me who are just plain Americans. The thousands they were killing and the thousands they were tearing out of their families to die in their labor camps. We weren't human beings anymore. We were slaves. That's why I cried, Anne. I suddenly saw that all those months trying to shut out what was happening, just to stay alive, I'd been kidding myself in a way you didn't do. But this was their world. They'd won. And what you said was true. There wasn't any place left in the world for us. And there wasn't anything I could do about it. We lost the war. And I'd helped lose it. And now it was too late. Too late to fight. Too late to even cry. Too late to even cry.
This has been a play about an America that must never happen. That will never happen. Never.
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm supposed to tell you about investing at least 10% of your earnings in war savings bonds and stamps. I can't do that now. What else could we say to show you the absolute necessity of winning this war? Now go out, each and every one of you, and not only meet your quota, but double it if you can. Remember, your quota is at least 10% of your salary, more, if you can, invested in war savings bonds and stamps. Our watchword must be work, fight, and save. This is your country. Keep it yours. The United States Treasury Department wishes to thank the distinguished artists who gave their talents to this performance and the Hollywood Victory Committee for its courtesy in arranging for these appearances.